Stop scrolling, because what just happened on that Cleveland sideline might have exposed a problem that's been quietly building inside the Browns for weeks. And now, it's out in the open, for everyone to see. Because when a veteran receiver walks up to his own rookie quarterback and starts clapping in his face like that, that's not coaching. That's not leadership. That's frustration boiling over, in the worst possible way. And trust me, this situation goes way deeper than one moment. It all went down during that matchup against the San Francisco 49ers. Fourth quarter. Browns already struggling. Offense can't get anything going. And on the sideline, Shedeur Sanders is doing exactly what you want from a young QB trying to figure things out. He's sitting there with the tablet, going over plays, talking through adjustments, staying locked in. That's what franchise quarterbacks are supposed to do. Stay calm, stay focused, keep working. But then, everything changes. Jerry Jeudy walks over, and you can immediately feel it. This isn't a normal conversation. His body language is different, aggressive, impatient. And then, it escalates fast. He starts clapping in Shedeur's face, leaning over him, repeating himself over and over like he's calling him out in front of everybody, not pulling him aside, not keeping it between teammates. Right there, in front of cameras, in front of fans, in front of the entire country. And it gets so tense that a teammate has to step in and separate them. Think about that. A full-on sideline confrontation between your quarterback and your top receiver in the middle of a game. That's not just awkward, that's a problem. But here's where it gets even worse. Because when you actually look at the numbers, this whole situation starts to feel backwards. Jerry Jeudy hasn't exactly been dominating. In fact, it's been the opposite. Low production, dropped passes, even a costly mistake just a week before. And yet, he's the one showing frustration like everything is someone else's fault. That's when people started asking the real question. Why Shedeur? Why now? Because here's the thing. You didn't see this same energy before. No sideline blow-ups, no public confrontations, no moments like this when other quarterbacks were in. So what changed? Why is the rookie getting this treatment? And once you start digging deeper, you realize this might not be about one game at all, because this isn't the first time Jerry Jeudy has reacted like this. A few years ago, one of the most respected wide receivers to ever play the game said something about him that went viral. That was Steve Smith Sr., and he didn't sugarcoat it. He called Jeudy just a guy. Not elite, not special, just average. It was harsh, but it got people talking. And when they eventually crossed paths in person, Smith actually tried to handle it like a professional, tried to clear the air, tried to move on. But Jeudy? He didn't take it that way. He fired back, disrespectful, dismissive. And that's when the situation flipped. Because instead of backing down, Steve Smith doubled down. He questioned Jeudy's mentality, said he couldn't handle criticism, even warned teams about trading for him. At the time, it sounded extreme. But now, it's starting to look a little different. Because fast forward to today, and you're seeing that same pattern play out again. Frustration, emotion, blame, instead of accountability. And if you go back to that 49ers game, the tension didn't just appear out of nowhere. It started earlier. There was a deep ball, a chance to make a big play. From one angle, it looks like a slight overthrow. From another, it looks like a receiver who didn't fully commit to the route. Add in tough weather, wind affecting the throw. And suddenly it's not as simple as blaming the quarterback, but here's the key difference. After the game, Shedeur Sanders stood there and owned it. He admitted the miss, took responsibility, stayed composed. That's what leaders do. Meanwhile, the frustration on the other side kept building, until it finally exploded, on the sideline, in front of everyone. And that's the moment that changed everything. Because now, this isn't just about two players. Now it involves the top of the organization, that's Jimmy Haslam, the owner who has been publicly backing Shedeur Sanders from the very beginning, defending him, supporting him, making it clear that this is a quarterback the Browns believe in. So when something like this happens, it doesn't go unnoticed. Because from his perspective, this isn't just a disagreement. It's one of his highest paid players, publicly going after the quarterback he's invested in. And according to reports, that didn't sit well at all. Behind the scenes, conversations are happening. Questions are being asked. About leadership, about locker room culture, about accountability. And